Winter is one of my most favorite times of year, and I especially love building snowmen. You just watched Lily and the Snowman, and I just love that story. It's so heartwarming to me. And today we are going to be making our own snowman. So I'm going to tell you what you are going to need, and I'm going to ask you to gather your materials. If you came to Forestall to pick up art supplies, you could have received a black piece of paper like this. If you don't have that, just use any color you have. A colored piece will work better, but if you have to use white, that's fine too. It'll work. And I am going to need a pencil to help with my sketching, and an eraser just in case I make a mistake. And you can use the colored pastel chalks that were in art kits at the beginning of the year. If you don't, I'm just going to be using sidewalk chalk today. Just some regular old sidewalk chalk to complete this, but you can use crayons, colored pencils, whatever you like. Again, I am going to be demonstrating with sidewalk chalk, so gather your materials and we'll get started. I am going to start with a pencil and my black paper. Now, you need to look closely because these lines might be a little hard to see, but if you notice, I am starting with a line coming out like this. And I'm just going to make another line here and a line back in. That is the brim of our snowman hat. From there, I'm just going to make a rounded edge up to the end of my paper. I'm going to use that whole big area. From there, I'm going to come to the bottom of that hat brim and make a big rounded shape like this. I'm going to stop about here and draw a line going down to the bottom of my paper. And then I'm just going to connect it to the edge of the paper here. So we see this is our hat, our face, and our scarf. I'm then going to go to the middle of his face and make an angled line like this. And bring it together like a triangle. I'm going to erase that tiny little mark right there. And now I have my carrot nose. 2 circles with holes inside of them. 4 holes to make it look like a button. And then, because I want my snowman to be happy, I'm going to give him a smiley face. You can see what is happening, and now we're going to continue. I'm going to start with my chalk. And what I'm going to use first is my white chalk. If I could find it, here it is. I'm going to use that white chalk. And if you look, I'm not coloring that carefully. I'm staying in the lines, but my coloring is not perfection. And I'm going to show you why. Because I'm going to take that color and start going in with my finger to smear the colors. And give it that nice wintry look. I'm going to take some orange chalk and go in there for that nose. And again, use my finger to really create that full coverage that I'm looking for. If I want it darker, I can just go back in over it. And I'm going to make his buttons blue. So I'm going to make those circles. And really go back in there with a darker color to create those button holes that should be there. I'm going to give him some rosy pink cheeks. Go in there with that mouth. And again, use that finger of yours. Your fingers will get a little dirty, but it has a really cool effect. From there, I am going to do my hat. And I'm going to use, sorry, I chose the wrong color. I'm going to use a green because I'm thinking about Christmas. So maybe I'll go in there with my green. And again, it looks like I'm scribbling, but I'm going to fix that because I'm going to go in with my finger and smooth that out. Maybe add a little blue in there. I want to add details, so I'm going to give my hat a pattern. We know winter has all these cool patterns, so you can give whatever kind of pattern you want to your hat. And same thing with that scarf. I'm going to go in there, create my pattern. Now in my sky, I really want it to look like it's snowing. So I'm just going to put these little snowflakes coming down. The way I do that is I make an X and a line and a line. X, line, line. X, line, line. X, line, line. X, line, line. And I can go back in there and add details to my carrot. So when I'm all done, I'll have something like this. Now on my example, I did use a little black chalk, which I don't seem to have right here, but that really helped define the area if you want to add some shadows and create that work. When you're finished, make sure you ask yourself those important questions. Did I follow directions? Was I careful with my craftsmanship to create a piece of art that I am proud of? And was I creative, maybe making interesting patterns that no one else has thought of? If you said yes, make sure you sign your name because that's what great artists do. Then you can click on that link to send me a picture of your snowman. I can't wait to see it.